All right, Daniel. It's time for our musical interlude. 3 minutes. Take it away.
Let's start by letting the slide capo speak for itself. Telecamp and the slide capo.
Nicely done.
All right. So when you play guitar using traditional tools, you're basically in a box as far as what you can play. If you're using a capo, you can't play anything below where the capo is placed on the neck, and it's not easy to move. And when you play with a slide, whichever finger you're wearing that slide on, you can't fret a note with that finger because you can't bend it. The slide capo addresses these problems and is also a much more flexible solution than anything else on the market. Now, to appreciate just how flexible the device is, you really have to see a lot of guitarists play it, which I did, and every guitarist that played it, the same thing happened. They'd be sitting there 2 or 3 minutes into their first session with this device, playing along with this big grin on their face because it's just so easy to incorporate this device into your music and to use it to come up with techniques and sounds that you can't do with traditional tools. Now, musicians obviously are excited about this because musicians are all about creativity. And if you tell a creative person there's this device that's going to allow you to be more creative than you've ever been, of course they're going to be interested. And I've actually had interest from guitarists from the full spectrum, from novice to expert. Expert guitarists like this device because it allows them to push the limits of what they can do. If they've reached a climax, they can then go beyond that climax. And novice guitarists like it because not only is it a fully functional capo, but it allows them to experiment with all these new techniques. Now consider that there were almost 3 million guitars sold last year alone in the US. And every guitarist owns a capo. It's that basic of a device. So the market is there. Finally, you can make all the parts and assemble this device for under $5. So you don't have to be a guitarist to appreciate the implications this has for music. Because it's so flexible, it's basically poised to redefine what you can do with a guitar. And if you're interested with more, you can go to the website slidecapo.com for more information. That's the slide capo. More flexibility than you've ever had to be more creative than you've ever been.
All right. Let's start with Greg on this one. Go ahead, Greg.
Rock out, dude. That was awesome. So I guess my question is related to music written for a guitarist up until this point, up until this invention, you know, has sort of been predicated on either a capo or a slide being present. So how does that fact potentially impact this sort of product, given that no music exists today that sort of takes into this into consideration?
Yeah, that's a great question. The device is so flexible, and because it actually does do everything a capo does, if all you need is a capo, you can do that. It just gives you a ton more options. And slide is all about improv anyway, and blues. So the flexibility of this device is just going to further that even more.
Great job. So you're basically merging 2 accessories for the guitar into one?
That's how it started, but it wasn't until I did that I realized how much more that allowed you to do. So
I'm just curious, what are the prices of the 2 items individually in the marketplace right now in comparison to what this would retail for?
Capos range anywhere from like $12 to $25, and slides, because they're real basic, are like under $10. So my plan is to sell this for around $30. So the added functionality that it gives you is more than enough to cover paying a little bit more than a regular capo.
All right. Thank you very much. Great job.
Thank you.
Both of you.